Most men completely misunderstand this. They think attraction shows up loud, obvious, clear. But the truth is, the most important signals are quiet, subtle, and easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Today, I'm going to show you 5 behavioral shifts that often happen when a woman has gone a long time without real intimacy or deep emotional connection. And listen carefully, because the 5th one is the one almost every man misses. Not because it's complicated, but because it doesn't look like what you expect. And here's where most men go wrong. They try too hard to impress instead of learning how to read. Because attraction doesn't grow from pressure. It grows from timing, from emotional safety, from tension, and from understanding what's happening beneath the surface. So let's get into it. Sign number 1, touch becomes a quiet language. When a woman has been without real closeness for a while, her body becomes more aware of touch. Not in an obvious way, not dramatic, but subtle. A hand on your arm when she laughs, fixing your shirt when it didn't need fixing, her shoulder brushing yours during conversation, standing slightly closer than necessary. These moments matter because touch isn't always random. Sometimes it's how comfort tests itself. It's how interest asks a question without using words. Does this feel safe with you? And this is exactly where most men mess up. They panic, or they overreact, or they treat one small signal like a big green light. Both kill the moment. Because if she touches lightly and you escalate too fast, you create pressure. If she touches lightly and you freeze, you create awkwardness. But if you stay calm, if your energy stays grounded, if you don't make it a big deal, something shifts. Her nervous system relaxes, and when she relaxes, connection starts building. That's the key. Not forcing, not rushing, not assuming. Just reading the moment correctly. A confident man understands something most don't. Subtle touch is not about sex, it's about trust. It's the beginning of a door opening, not the invitation. And if you understand that, you're already ahead of most men. Because most men don't fail from lack of attraction, they fail from lack of calibration. Remember that. Sign number 2. She seeks reassurance, but not directly. When someone has gone a long time without connection, the hunger doesn't always show up physically first. It shows up emotionally, but not in obvious ways. She won't say, "I feel lonely." She won't say, "I need closeness." Instead, it comes sideways, through questions, through stories, through small emotional openings. She might say, "Do you think I overreacted? Was I wrong for feeling that way? Why do people always misunderstand me?" On the surface, these sound normal, but they're not just questions, they're emotional tests. She's really asking, "Do you see me? Do you understand me? Can I be real with you?" And most men fail right here, because they answer too fast, too logically, too shallow. "You're fine, don't overthink it, it's not a big deal." That sounds okay, but emotionally it lands empty because she wasn't asking for a solution. She was asking to be understood. That's a big difference. A stronger response sounds like, "That probably hit you deeper than you expected," or, "You care more than most people, that's why it affected you." Now you're not just responding, you're reflecting, you're present, and emotional presence is rare, and rare is attractive. Here's the truth most men never learn. A woman opens physically after she feels emotionally safe, not before. And the man who can listen without fixing, without interrupting, without judging, that man becomes unforgettable, not because he impressed her, but because he understood her. If this is already shifting how you think, good. That means you're finally seeing what most men miss. Sign number 3, her body responds to your energy. When a woman has been without intimacy for a while, her sensitivity to energy increases. She notices presence, she reacts to confidence, to tone, to eye contact, to how you carry yourself. And if she feels something, her body will show it before her words do. She adjusts her hair, straightens her posture, leans in when you speak, smiles then looks away, crosses and uncrosses her legs, becomes more animated. These are not guarantees, but they are signals that her attention is engaged. And here's where impatient men ruin everything. They see a few signs and they rush, too intense, too fast, too obvious, and they destroy the safety that created the moment. The right move is not to take over, it's to match. If she leans in, you lean slightly. If she holds eye contact, you hold it too. If she gets playful, you meet her there. Because attraction is not a performance, it's a dance. And the man who leads best is the one who reads the rhythm, not the one who forces it. He knows when to move, when to slow down, when to let the moment breathe. That control feels safe, and safety allows tension to grow instead of collapse. Most men think confidence is dominance, but real confidence is restraint, not rushing what's already working. Sign number 4, she tests your emotional stability. When a woman has been alone for a long time, she becomes more protective, not because she doesn't want connection, but because she does, and connection makes you vulnerable. So she tests. She shares something personal and watches your reaction, reveals a fear, a flaw, a story she normally hides, or creates a little tension just to see who you really are. And most men fail right here. They hear vulnerability and go straight into fixing mode, giving advice, trying to solve her. That's the wrong move, because she's not looking for solutions, she's looking for stability. Can you stay calm? Can you hold the moment? Can you listen without turning it into something else? That's what matters. A strong response is simple. I get why that affected you. Or, that probably made you more careful. Or even, you don't have to explain everything. I understand enough. These aren't complicated, but they create something powerful, containment. And containment is deeply attractive because a woman feels safest with a man who can hold emotion without collapsing into it or running from it. He stays present, and that presence becomes magnetic. Because women are not looking for perfect words, they're looking for a calm nervous system. And once you understand that, everything changes. Sign number 5, she creates opportunities instead of asking directly. This is the most important one, and the one most men misunderstand. When a woman wants more but doesn't feel safe being direct yet, she creates situations, not invitations, situations. She asks for small help, suggests low-pressure time together, lingers longer than needed, says things like, stay a bit longer, help me with something, I don't want to go home yet. These are not green lights, they are windows for comfort, for connection, for trust. And this is where you see the difference between a boy and a man. A boy hears opportunity and jumps to outcome. A man understands sequence. Before intimacy comes comfort. Before comfort comes safety. Before safety comes how you make her feel. So what does he do? He slows down. He talks. He lets the moment settle. He creates space. He watches. If she moves closer, he notices. If she softens, he notices. If she stays, he notices. And if nothing happens, he doesn't force it. That is power. Because one of the most attractive things you can communicate is that you don't need to rush this. That's rare. That's masculine. That creates trust. And trust is what turns tension into something real. Most men are too busy trying to make something happen that they miss what's already happening. But now you see differently. You're not chasing signals, you're reading them. Not forcing moments, understanding them. And that is the real advantage. Because at the core, what people want is simple: to feel seen, to feel safe, to feel understood. And if you can create that, everything else becomes easier. If this changed how you see attraction, make sure you subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to show you one specific phrase that makes a woman open up emotionally in minutes, not because it's a trick, but because it makes her feel truly seen. And once you hear it, you'll never listen the same way again.